Good morning, friends. This video is meant for all language lovers. Though the poem that I'm going to describe is prescribed in class 11 of CBSE schools, but it is for everybody. The title of the poem is The Voice of the Rain by Walt Whitman. The title of the poem is The Voice of the Rain by Walt Whitman. Well, this poem has a thematic description of the voice of the rain. The poet asked the soft falling shower who it was. As strangely enough, the rain answers that it was the poem of the earth. It is everlasting and perpetual. It is something that cannot be touched. It is born out of the land and the deep sea. It rises upward into the heaven. Then it turns into clouds, and thereafter it turns into rain and falls on the earth. It comes on the earth and quenches the thirst and washes down the tiny particles and dust layers of the world. The rain helps the seeds which are hidden, unborn under the layer of the earth, to take a new life. The process of rain is perpetual and goes on by day and day night. The rain gives back life to its own source of beginning, makes it pure and beautiful. The rain sings a song. This song issues from its own birthplace. It keeps wandering here and there and eventually returns to the earth. The, the poem is basically in a conversational tone. There is a conversation between the poet and the poem. The poet asks the question to the rain who it was, and quite strangely enough, the rain answers the poet that it is the voice, it is the poem of the earth. The rain gives the answer. This is quite surprising to the poet because the poet didn't expect the answer from the rain. The poem begins in a conversational tone. The two participants in the conversations are the rain itself and the poet. The two participants, the poet and the rain, the poet makes the rain, relate to its own story. This direct presentation makes the narration more authentic, interesting, and captivating. Behind the apparent simplicity, the poem also hides a deep meaning. The poem is not merely a description of life cycle of the rain, but it also underlines the beauty of the earth and the beauty of the song. The comparison between rain and music and the function of all this makes pure and beautiful, conveys the eternal role of natural phenomena in art and real life. The fact is that the poet has related the poem, the Song of the Rain, to life, beauty, and art. All these three things are very important. It is eternal. Life, beauty, and art, all three are eternal and they are related to each other. The perpetuality of life is being described by the perpetuality of rain. Rain, in fact, is quite impalpable, that cannot be touched, and it is in the similar way art cannot really be touched, it can only be realized and felt. Music also is perpetual, it can only be sensed out, it cannot be touched. Therefore the flavor of music and that of art are almost similar in perpetuality. The poet's intention of writing this poem is to highlight the journey of the cycle of the rain. Right from the birth, it returns to its own origin in a mythical turn, but the facts are very scientific. The phrase that conveys them are metaphoric and literary. The whole journey has a beauty and charm associated with it. The whole journey of the cycle of the rain has its own beauty and charm, and is in fact associated with the with the poem. Therefore, though the cycle of the rain, it appears to be scientific in the form that it rises out of the land and the earth, and from the deep sea it goes into the heaven, and then after it condenses and form the the clouds, and then it falls on the earth again in the form of rain. So from rising from the deep down ocean and earth, going into the sky, and again turning into clouds, and later on water droplets, and forming rain, and coming again on its own origin, that is earth and the deep sea. So the entire cycle of the rain appears to be scientific, but it has a metaphoric and literary meaning. The metaphoric and literary meaning suggests that the entire journey has an eternal touch. The whole journey has a beauty and charm and eternity associated with the poem. And that is what the poet wants to convey. Therefore, we can say that the poem describes the cycle of the rain, but it has a perpetual flavor that, like the journey of the rain, human being also is bound to undergo the journey of birth, and then he has to travel through different phases of life, and after traveling different phases, right from early childhood, that is infancy, to the old days, the man experiences the difference of life, of flavor, sometimes sorrow, sometimes pain, and eventually the origin of our life, that is the heaven, that is from the heaven to the earth, is just like musical journey. In the similar manner, the life cycle and the journey of the cycle of the rain is quite perpetual. It comes from the earth, from its own origin, goes down into the heaven, again comes back on its own origin. Though the rain has a different form, but yet it is the same. It takes the different form, but yet it is the same. This is the similarity between the beauty of life, music, and art, and that is what the poem is based on. That's what I wanted to emphasize. Thank you. Have a nice day.